Alright guys, this video is going to be a little bit different. If you're into cars, you know it's one of the first things that you do is you install a cold air intake into your car. And today, we're going to be doing exactly that. We're going to be installing an air raid cold air intake. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me get this into the frame. Cold air intake. Yeah. Into the 2017 Chevy Silverado. Okay, I call her Bertha. That's been my daily driver since, oh gosh, 2018, 2019. So let's get into it. This is going to be the first official car video on the channel since the reboot. So bear with me on some editing tactics we're going to learn, and it's going to be a quick, easy project. But let's first start off with the sound clip of how it sounds before. And then once we're done with the video, we'll listen to what it sounds like after. Let's get into it, guys. Alright, y'all. The install is pretty easy. So all you gotta do is take this screw right there, take that off. It's kind of hard to see. If you can see it, just right down there. You're gonna have another screw right there. And then these two hoses right here and right here. Those bad boys are gonna come off. Then we just pull this whole thing out, reconnect it same way we put it back in, and then we'll be good to go. Okay guys, well, we had an issue. At first I thought it was done because I was trying to follow the instructions here. And, well, you're supposed to take these pieces right here, screw them into the box or into the intake. Very simple stuff. But they didn't screw in. And at first I thought, maybe I was doing something wrong. Maybe I was dumb, maybe I was missing something. It turns out this wasn't made correctly. They're supposed to thread these to about a 1/2 inch. I don't have the tools to do that, so what they're doing is they're sending me a new one. All I had to do was call the number in on the instruction manual, and they will take care of it quick. So today is Tuesday, should be here on Friday. So we'll come back when that's here and we'll install it then. All right, it's 2 days later. This is the old part. I don't know if you guys can see it, but basically the problem was, like I said, inside of here, it wasn't threaded or anything. So when you tried to thread it in, it just wasn't happening. So I called them, they sent me out a new part, and all they did was just send new intake. And inside of the new intake, hopefully, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, because it's so dark. Basically, the inside of this one is threaded. So if you guys have this problem where you're trying to thread it in, it's not threaded in, and you feel like an idiot, it's not your fault. It's probably a quality control issue, but they were really good about getting it fixed. And back to me, so let's get this assembled, and once we have this all together, we'll put it in the truck and see how she sounds. Right here, we got this one over here. Pretty simple, straight to the point. Now we're just gonna put these clamps on there, and we're ready to the truck. All right, y'all. Final assembly. 2 clamps right here. 90-degree elbow goes on the bottom. You know it's the bottom because the air raid's on the top. You got this one sticking out towards the front. This connects to the throttle body. This goes into the air intake, and that's how it's hooked. Alright guys, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna install the air filter. You don't have to swap it out, but I'm doing it anyways, just because I've been meaning to get to this anyway. So we'll do that, and then we'll take out the old intake and put in the new one. This would be so much faster if I use the socket. I don't want to get the tools out. decided to switch to a ratchet because this is just taking way too long with a screwdriver. So for the airbox, there's a total of 4 screws that you gotta get. All of them are easy. The only one that's kind of difficult is this one that's right under the hose for the like AC condenser or something. It's not even that bad. You just gotta move the box around. All right, here we go. We got the 4, and just rotate it over. All right. Take out the old filter. I recently replaced mine, so it's not even that dirty. We probably could have kept that in there, but we can with the kids, so you might as well take it out. Reach in here, and if you have any dirt, grime or anything, get in there, get all that fun stuff out. And then we put in a new filter, and we'll come in here, swoop that in there, just like that. Push it in place. All right, we got the screws back in there, and I threaded them in with the Phillips real quick, and then we're just gonna tie them down with the ratchet. And then just take your 10 mil, put it in with your fingers, get the threads going, and then once you have the threads in there, and get her in there. We gotta take off this clamp right here. And then there's gonna be another clamp right here. You can use I believe it's 8mm as well. Yeah, you can use an 8mm or a flathead to get that. And then we're gonna take off these hoses right here. There's one over here, it connects down here. And then there's one more right here, and again it connects right on top of the cylinders. So yeah, let's do that. Go. Alright, once you got those hoses off, this just pops right out. And we'll see here in a second why I am replacing mine, because it is broke. There we go. Pops right off. And as you guys can see, this is why we're replacing this intake. I mean, I guess you could take some glue and seal it up, but I think for me it was causing a check engine light code, so yeah, but as you guys can see, all we did, we take this hose off here, this hose off here, this clamp here, this clamp here, and then it just pops right off. So yeah. And last but not least, take the rest of these hoses and take them off. Push here and pull up, pull it up, and boom. There we go. Alright guys, sorry about that, the camera died. But basically, we got in here, we put in, we connected to the throttle body, and we connected to the air intake box. And yeah, that's pretty easy. Okay, so short tube, this piece connects back to the engine. This piece connects to the air intake. The long one goes on the driver's side, and everything just goes back in. But yeah, so basically the piece that looks OEM, that goes back onto the engine. See, it connects right here. It's pretty simple. Pop that in. Should hear a click. And let me see, I'll rotate this tube a little bit right here. Pop that in. It's a good way to do this. I don't want it to rub or anything. Should. Okay, it looks like we have a problem here. I didn't push this in all the way. And that's why that's not being pushed in all the way. So let's fix that. So we're gonna go in. And loosen it. Push it. And then that gives us the last couple inches we need. There we go. It's right here, and again, we'll push it down and clip it in. But actually what we'll do first is we'll route it. We'll route it probably through here. And it connects right under the air box. The intake hose, actually. And this is a lot easier too if you have that arrow pointing towards the driver's side like I do. And that way you can slide it into place. Just like that. And then you can take this and maybe I should have it on top. Let's try it. Yeah, we'll do it on top. Take it and we'll clip it. Just like that. And just like that, folks, we're done. Alright guys, it has been, I want to say, probably 300 or 400 miles now that I've done this air raid intake. And, we're going to go over some thoughts about it. So first things first, do I feel a power difference? Yes. Is it phenomenal? No. If you watch, there's a video made by American Trucks, I believe is what the YouTube channel is called, where they do a dyno test on the air raid intake, and it shows like a 25 horsepower gain in peak values. So the overall engine doesn't gain 25 horsepower, but there's just a certain RPM range where you gain 25 more horsepower. And I feel like I feel that. It's definitely has more pickup when you get off the line, and it's definitely a lot more responsive in the throttle, that's for sure. Some people say it changes the sound of the engine. Do I think it changed the sound for me? I do not. But also, my truck is loud. Here you guys go. And that was probably like 50-60% throttle, probably. And yeah, like I said, I didn't hear a difference in the engine, but also my truck, it doesn't have any mufflers. I don't think it has a resonator. It doesn't have any of that. It just has the OEM headers, and I'm pretty sure it goes straight, just pipes straight back to the straight back to the end of the truck. So it's kind of loud. So if there was a difference and it was only like a small noticeable difference, I wouldn't be able to hear it. And then some people are concerned about gas mileage. Okay, so gas mileage before, my average was 16.3 miles per gallon, and then maybe like 200 miles into having, or maybe like 150 miles into having the air raid intake on, it dropped down to 16.2 miles per gallon. And then I took it on a road trip, and that was about 2 hours each way, and that raised it back up again to 16.3. So I would say odds are it's still averaging about the same miles per gallon. What actually got me the most increase in gas mileage, if you guys are worried about that, is doing the exhaust work. Once I freed up a lot of the exhaust, I actually did get a decent increase in gas mileage for a truck, that is, but it was still nothing phenomenal. But yeah guys, overall I like it. It's cool. As I said earlier, I got it because my original intake had a tear in it or a crack in it, and I was letting in air, and it was setting up a check engine light code, and I figured this would fix it, and it did. So now we're check engine light free. We have a little bit more power coming out of it. And then also my truck is tuned for 91 pump gas. Like I said before, it's one of those little box tunes. So yeah guys, I like it. It works good. If you're thinking about getting it, I recommend it. I wouldn't buy one unless you know your intake breaks, because otherwise I don't think it's really quite worth it. But if your intake is broken and you need to get a new one, you might as well get the aftermarket upgrade.